Hey everybody, and welcome back to our second part for our budget setup for March. So in this video we will be setting up our weekly check-in page as well as our transaction log, and we will be setting up our paycheck breakdown. So we are first going to do our weekly check-in. So we do our weekly check-in on the page behind our budget here and here. So we're going to do the transaction log on this side. I think we're going to use the clovers. Clovers. Which way do you say it? Cloves? I think it's cloves. All right. Here we go. So the transaction log side is pretty self-explanatory. I like to have a running track here. I have started highlighting to make it real easy to see all my expenses straight down and where they go to and how many I have for each category, as well as making it a little bit easier to look at for here. All right, so there's that side. Now we're going to flip over and do our weekly check-in side over here. All right. Let's see, we need to see how many Fridays. So for our weekly check-in, I check in on Fridays every single week. I don't post the videos for the weekly check-in until Sunday because I record late Friday and gives me all day Sunday or Saturday to sit down and edit this video for the weekly check-in as well as the cash envelope stuffing videos. That way I can get them scheduled for Monday and Sunday and Monday. So let's see how many Fridays we have. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. So we'll have 4 weekly check-ins. And we check in for groceries, gas, my personal spending, and miscellaneous for the first 3 weeks. All right. So we're going to lay these down and be right back. All right, so those are our 4 weeks, and I like on the last week to make sure I leave one extra line just in case we have any unbudgeted that we need to make sure we write down, because usually our unbudgeted is at near the end of the month. So we'll skip 5 lines. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put our washi down here to close it out and to have it all flow. So this is our weekly check-in and transaction log. Only thing left to do here is draw in our lines. Okay, so that is how we set up our weekly check-in sheet here. So for our paycheck budget or paycheck breakdown, we do it on this side next to our March budget. So we'll match the washi on this side with the butterfly one. These are Sarah Marie stickers. All of the stickers I use right now are Sarah Marie's. I have her down below if you want to check out her shop. I'm hoping to start working on getting my own stickers created. So that is in the works. I'm super excited about it. All right. So now we're going to take our strip here for a paycheck breakdown. There we go. So this is for us to know how much money we are going to spend in the month of April with our budget or with our paychecks from March. So for us, we go one paycheck at a time and work with what is in that paycheck. So for the first week, if we have an extra $200, I like to try to split it between savings and debt. And that's where it goes. And then at the end of the month, if we needed that money from the first week, it's already designated to a category. And I will try to use what I already have or our miscellaneous, or it will come from our savings. So we do paycheck, literally paycheck every single week. Every dollar has a place to go in our budget. There's nothing left out. We try to make sure of that. That way we don't try spending any money that we know we don't have. We have had that problem previously. We were a family that would just swipe our cards, and then when a bill came due, we didn't actually have enough money to pay it. And now we do, because we don't have any money in our accounts except for a little small cushion. But that is just us. If you feel comfortable using your card and just keeping track of it through there, that is personally up to you. But for us, pulling all of our cash out, having it on hand, doing 1 week at a time on our budget, keeping track of where everything goes, that is just simple for me to understand. My husband gets it, and that's how we like to keep it up. So for here, we are going to first do our income up here at the top. So let me see. Okay. All right. So we have income up here. And we have James. And he's an hourly employee and gets paid every single Friday. I have quite a few different things that I do. I am a Herbalife distributor or coach. I work at a tax office seasonally throughout the first half of the year, or the first few months of the year. I do YouTube. I do Etsy. A lot of my YouTube and Etsy money doesn't come into our actual budget because I use it to pay for expenses and the taxes for for my business budget. So a lot of it is already allocated towards that, and I haven't started making that much on YouTube. So some months I barely break $100, and you have to have 100 to get paid out. But that is it. Let's see, do I do anything else? Let's see. That's it right now. And then we have other, and other is if anything comes in that we aren't expecting. Any refunds, any Ibotta rebates, or any app cashback from our cash apps that we have on my phone. I like using Fetch Rewards, Ibotta, the Get Upside app. We have a bunch of apps that we use to get money back on certain products or certain items, gas, groceries, just different things. We use that for other. If we sell anything, we put it in other. So pretty much anything that we don't bring in by ourselves, like James's income or me from the tax office or Herbalife, pretty much goes under other right now. All right, and then we have our total line here. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and go straight down. Actually, we might be able to go ahead and draw in our lines. We are going to be going all the way to the bottom down here. All right. So I try to put this in order from our highest amount down to our lowest amount for bills and our most important expenses being our grocery and gas. The ones that will fall down here, we would like to stuff them with our money each week, but they don't always get stuffed, which is fine because our bills and expenses that we need are going to be stuffed and ready to go for the next month. So first up is our car, which is the Mazda. Then we have groceries, and we do $100 per person per household, which is following Jordan Page's method behind that, and it seems to work really well for us. And a lot of times I put almost about between $50 and $100 of that in savings, doing different savings challenges throughout the month. So, which is really awesome, having that little extra to throw towards a savings goal and not thinking too much of it because I just managed to use what I have for our groceries, which is awesome. Then we have rent. And this will be turning hopefully into mortgage at some point during this year. We have lived in the house that we are renting for the past 5 years, and the neighborhood around us has gotten pretty bad. So we are trying to get out of this neighborhood and into a little bit better neighborhood. That way our kids can go outside and play without having to worry as much. Just be outdoors, have our windows open during the summer, different things like that. So we're just trying to get out of a very bad neighborhood. Then we have power. Then we get our gas for our cars. Next up, we have Allstate, which is our insurance company. Next, we have cell phones. Then we're up to water. We have student loans, which they are only my student loans, and we are slowly but surely paying them down, even though there's no interest or minimal payments right now. We have internet. We have pest control, oh no, storage. Then we have pest control. We do a category for miscellaneous, for anything we don't plan for throughout the month. We have personal spending for me and my husband. We do it under one category, and whatever we get, we split between the two of us. Then we have sinking funds, savings, debt, and our cushion. All right, so those are all of the categories in our budget. So we're going to do our total strip down here. All right, so the next line I like to draw in here is our budget amounts. That way we know exactly how much we have budgeted and can divide it by how many paychecks we have coming in for the month. So let's go ahead. So James's budgeted amount for his income is $2,800. I am budgeting about $500 for my income. Other is $0. So that gives us about $3,300 to work with for the month of March going into April. All right. So for the Mazda, we budget $601. Groceries and rent is both $600. Power, we're at $300. Gas is $200. Our insurance is $194. For our cell phones, it is $183. For water, it is $80. Student loans, $57. Next up, we have internet, which is $56. We have storage, $49. Pest control is $33. All right, so those are all of our bills and expenses. So what is left isn't much, but we have to make sure we put in our sinking funds amounts for our propane. So that is $300 that we need to throw towards that. And that's just for propane, nothing else in sinking funds but propane. So that is very important. We need gas to keep our house warm. So that is important. So what is left is only a little bit. So we are going to put miscellaneous at $28. And spending is only going to get $19. And that's it. We aren't putting anything towards debt, savings, cushion, or any other sinking funds. Because you cannot, these numbers cannot add up more than what your budget amount for your income is, which makes our income or our expenses $3,300. So we have 0 here, 0, and 0. All right. So the next thing I do is I'll go in and I'll do paycheck 1, and I will do all 4 paychecks all the way down. So I will be right back as soon as we are done with that. Y'all, I'm blind. All right, let me change these because that is not right. I skipped 3. Can't count today. So 3 and 4. All right, so this is what our paycheck breakdown looks like. At the end of the month, I will go in and fill in or add up paycheck 1 through 4 and figure out how much income total for the month of March James brought in, I brought in, and other categories brought in. And I will do the same for all of our bills and make sure all of these numbers are matching what we need over here for the bills and expenses. and seeing if anything extra went for any of the categories on the bottom half here. So, but that is how we set up for our budget now. So we're going to take 2 thin washies and kind of break this up and make it a little party. All right, and we'll use the butterfly ones at the bottom, the teeny tiny bottom. All right, so this is what we are looking at right now. We have our paycheck breakdown on this side, our March budget here, our weekly check-in, and our transaction log. So that is all we have set up, are setting up for in this video. I really hope that y'all enjoyed watching how we break down all of our weekly check-ins, why I use a transaction log here, and the reason behind the way I set up my paycheck breakdown on this side of my sheet here. But I really hope that y'all enjoyed watching this second A Budget With Me video. I hope to catch y'all in the third Budget With Me video. But also don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and I can't wait to catch y'all in the next one. Bye bye now.